Hi everybody, so today I'm going to be showing you how I dye my hair, and it's been about 2 months since I've dyed my hair, and I don't know if you can see the regrowth at all, but there's about an inch worth of regrowth going on, so I'm going to be touching up my roots, and I'm going to be showing you how I do that. First, I just want to start with a couple of things that you're going to need to touch up your roots, and one of them is a brush. I just use a flat paddle brush just to kind of comb out your hair and separate it. The next thing is just a little banana clip like this. I just use this to clip the sections that I've already done out of the way. Next is a comb or anything like that with a long thing like this, so you can easily separate the sections when you need to. So I just use a teasing comb. I got this at Sally's. And of course the hair dye. This is the hair dye that I use. It is the Revlon Color Silk, beautiful color, in the shade 03 Ultralight Sun Blonde. It just looks like that, and I've been using this for a while, and it's been about, this September will be a year since I've had blonde hair. So yeah, that is the dye that I have been using for the past year to get my hair this blonde. And before I start, I just want to say that in no way am I a hairstylist. I don't have a certification in dyeing hair. I just dye my hair how I've always dyed it, and I'm probably doing things wrong, but you know, it works for me. So if you're a hairstylist and you're watching this and I'm doing something wrong that I could easily fix, please tell me below. And yeah, so it's been about almost 2 days, or a day. It's been about a day since I washed my hair, because you don't want your hair too clean, but you don't want it too dirty. So I like to give it like a day-old hair. So yeah, it's been about a day since I've dyed my hair, and I'm just going to be touching up the roots only. You do not need to do the whole head because that causes damage. I did go to bed with wet hair last night, so my ends are all frizzled and disgusting. So okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to part my hair like I normally do. I don't really have a specific part that I do it. I just kind of let my hair fall wherever, but since I like to have my bangs over to this side of my face more, I usually like to start parting it like this. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be mixing the hair dye, and it just comes in a box like this, and you just open it up. If you are going to be dyeing your hair for the first time and you are doing your whole head, I would recommend wearing a shirt that you don't really care about too much. Okay, so inside the box you just have your simple, dyeing instructions with the gloves in here already. They are a little big on me, but they work perfectly. They work just fine for touching up my roots. And then you have the cream color developer in this little bottle right here. Just looks like that, pretty straightforward. And then you have the actual color, the ammonia-free colorant. It just looks like this, and this is where the blonde color comes from. It just comes in this little bottle. And then for after you dye your hair and leave it in, it comes with the Revlon Color Silk conditioner, which just looks like this, which you just leave it in your hair for 2 minutes and then rinse it out. So the first thing you're going to want to do is take this, and you're going to want to cut about that much off of the developer. So you're just going to take some scissors and just cut it off like so. And then you're going to want to take the colorant, open it up, and then take the top off this. And then once you have these both open, you're going to want to take this little brown bottle and pour it all into the white developer bottle, and make sure you get it all in there because you don't want to miss any. Okay. So once you get it all in there, you're going to want to put the top back on this like that. Make sure it's nice and tight. Then you're going to want to take your gloves that are on the directions and put those on. like that. Okay, once you've done that, you're going to want to take this developer bottle and shake it up, and then you can go ahead and start sectioning your hair. I am going to be doing a voiceover on this part and kind of, speeding parts up, so just try to kind of follow along. So you just want to shake this up vigorously for about 2 minutes. I like to do it for about 2 minutes exactly, so you just want to shake that up really, really good. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm just first doing the section of my hair. I'm just putting the dye down the middle and pushing it to 1 inch, about 1/2 inch to 1 inch on the roots and down a little, and then I'm just sectioning my hair in about 1/4 of an inch sections and doing the exact same thing, making sure all of the roots and anything that's not the blonde color is covered. And I'm just kind of pushing it in with my fingers, making sure that it's all packed on there. And I'm just doing this down the sides of my head as well. You want to make sure that you also get your sideburns as well. If you have any hair that hangs in front of your ear, you just want to make sure that you get the dye on that as well, so every part of your natural hair color that you want to cover up isn't showing. So after I finish that side, I move on to the other side, just trying to split it up as best as I can, and again doing the dye along the middle and pushing it up with my fingers and bringing it down to about 1/2 inch to 1 inch. Then what I like to do is just take a little bit and go on the outer lining of my head and push it up into my hair so everything in the front and on the sides is covered with dye so that it stays blonde. So now I'm just going to pin up my hair and get the back sections of my hair. The back is the hardest part to do, so you just want to part it the best you can, or maybe have like a friend do it or a mirror so you can see behind you, and just kind of section them off as best as you can and put the dye and do the exact same thing until all of the steps in the front or sections in the back are all covered. So you just want to make sure that you're getting everything in the back. And then once you do that, just make sure that you get anything that you might have missed, which I like to do the side, like the front of my hair, the sides, the back, and then the middle of my head like I'm doing right now. So then once I get all of the sections, I like to just go back in with whatever dye is left over, and I just like to go in on my roots again, taking whatever's left in my hand and just kind of rubbing it into my hands as well, making sure, again, that everything is nice and covered, because you definitely don't want to dye your hair, get it rinsed out, and then still see your natural color, because then you'd have to start all over again. So now that everything is all covered, then we are all done dyeing our hair, and we're just going to want to let that sit and process. So once you do that, you're going to want to take the gloves off after you finish dyeing your hair and put everything inside the box that you opened and just kind of stuff it all in there, and then just leave that for trash. And then you're going to want to let this color process. So as you can see, it is in the process of getting the color, and you're going to want to let it sit for 45 minutes, and then you can take it out. Hi everybody, so it's been 40 minutes exactly when I started dyeing my hair, and it's ready to be rinsed out. As you can see, the color has processed. It looks a little bit orange, but once you rinse it out and when it dries, it looks a little bit better. But since I do box dye, I don't have a toner, so I just use the purple shampoo, and I'll be using that over the next few days, but when I'm about to get in the shower and rinse this out, and when I do, I'm going to be using this Revlon Color Silk After Color Conditioner, and you just, when you get in the shower and you rinse everything off, you leave it in for 2 minutes and then you rinse it out. When you do get in the shower, you want to make sure you rinse all the color out of your hair first, and then you're going to want to put the conditioner in for 2 minutes after you rinse all the dye out, and then you put this in 2 minutes later, and then you can rinse this out. And once you do that, you're all set, and then you can either blow dry it or let it air dry. Either or works. So I will be right back and I will show you what it looks like after it's all dried, so just stay tuned for that. Hi everyone, so I just got out of the shower and I did the conditioner and I kind of blow dried a little bit just to give you guys an idea of what it looks like when it's all rinsed out and finished. So here is the finished product. As you can see, no more roots, and you know, all the roots are gone. I touched everything up, so everything's covered and I'm blonde again, so that's really exciting. I love dyeing my hair. I love feeling totally blonde. It's freaking awesome. So yeah, here's the results. As you saw in the beginning of the video, the before and after, so here's the after in person. Everything is all touched up. One thing I forgot to mention before I got in the shower is when you do get in the shower to rinse out the dye, you want to make sure that the water is more on the cold side than it is on the hot side, because when you rinse your hair, you want to wash it out with cold water because hot water can cause damage to your hair. So even though you're going to be cold for a while, you really want to rinse it out with cold water to make sure that you're not damaging the cuticles of your hair. So I just rinsed it out with cold water until you know, my hair felt totally you know, rinsed out, and then I did the conditioner and I shaved my legs and then rinsed the conditioner out, and then I was all set. So yep, again, here is the finished product. So as I said before, you guys know I don't use a toner for my hair, so you might see a little bit of yellow tones more up in this part of my hair. But to correct that, I am using the John Frieda tone correcting purple shampoo, and I will be using that to kind of rinse out the yellow tones. When I do dye my hair, I don't wash it for about 2 days. I can just kind of let it sit for 2 days, and then after that 2 days is up, I wash and rinse out my hair. And I've never used this shampoo before, but I'm hoping that it works. It says it does get rid of the brassy and yellow tones, so I'm hoping it will work great for that. So I will be doing an update on how this shampoo works for the yellow tones in my hair, and the update for that will be in my August life update. So just stay tuned for that video to see how this shampoo works. I'm hoping that it works good. Usually I just use the lightening shampoo, and that really does help get like these little yellow tints out, but I wanted to try this to see if it worked any better, and I will let you guys know how this shampoo works in the future. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope it gave you, you know, I hope it showed well enough how I dye my hair. I used to do it every 4 weeks, but my hair was really starting to see the damages of that, so I only dye my hair every 2 months. So today is August 4th, so I won't dye it again until maybe October 4th sometime. They say you shouldn't touch up your roots or get it done again until there's at least an inch of regrowth. So an inch is about this much regrowth on your hair. So you should really wait for an inch of regrowth before you go and get your hair done. When I used to do it every 4 weeks, my hair would break out and thin out and fall out, so I knew I had to change something, and I refuse to give up my blonde hair, so I just wait every 8 weeks now instead of 4. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any more questions about how I dye my hair or the technique of it, just leave a comment below and I will get back to you, because you guys know I do like to answer everybody. So yeah, again, thank you for watching, and I will see you very soon in the next video. Bye guys.